Hello and welcome to LBR The Pull List for January 11th, 2012. I'm Lee. This will be the first of a weekly segment I'll be doing on the YouTube channel, which will work its way onto the website, which will more or less, be a preview for our podcast, as it were. I buy a lot of books, I buy a lot of action figures and stuff like that as well, and I want to share it all with you. I'll kind of provide my own little running commentary on the books I pick up on a weekly basis. If you have any comments, by all means, leave them in the bottom. Any books you think I should be reading, any books you're reading that are really good, let us know. Send it into the podcast as well. We'll talk about it. We're all interconnected here. It all works real well. So this is my first week doing this, so I might be a little rusty, but let's go. No toys or anything this week. Strictly books. Dark Horse Comics, Buffy. I've been buying it. Have not read it yet because I haven't finished season 8, as it were, which I still have all the trades for, so I'm working my way through that. Still picking them up. The covers, I've been loving them. We have like a Girl Interrupted, Slayer Interrupted arc starting here, so that's pretty neat. Picked that up from DC, immediately going into Batgirl. I'm still enjoying the book. I know Mike and some of the other guys from the podcast definitely have dropped it. I know Ramil's probably picking it up just for the covers, which are gorgeous, by the way, but the story inside is fine. The previous arc has ended, so this is the start of something new. We're going to be introducing Gretel here this week, so we'll see what that's all about. But Gail Simone, I think, has been handling the book fine, and you know, I love Barbara Gordon as Batgirl, so I have no complaints. Batman and Robin, a book that's steadily been getting better since they New 52'd it, as it were. Batman Betrayed, at the end of the last issue, we had Robin meeting with the dark figure here, and he might be turning against Bruce. We don't know. We're going to find out. Batwoman, excellent. One of my favorite New 52 books. It doesn't feel like it's a New 52 book at all because I think it was supposed to begin long, long ago. But the art has been amazing. The layouts in this book are incredible. The story, it's very gritty as well. Let me just take a flip through here and kind of show you if I can find a page that's not full of ads, which is apparently hard to do. But super, super pretty book. We're on issue 5 now. Definitely recommend this one. It's good times all around. Deathstroke. Yeah, love-hate relationship with this one. Kyle Higgins still on the book writing it. It's okay. I'm kind of I want to see where the story arc particularly goes, and I might drop the book. As of right now, not wowing me. Nothing more to say on that. One of the funnest books from the New 52 that I'm really liking, Suicide Squad. It's, you know, you can kind of turn your brain off a little bit and just have a good old summer blockbuster feel of an action movie ride. Pretty violent, lots of cool stuff like that going on. Definitely for more mature readers or someone who just wants something fun. Adam Glass, keep it up with this book. Love King Shark. He's quickly become one of my favorite new DC characters. Moving on to Image, all I have this week is Spawn 215. There's another book out this week, a #1 issue. It's Whisper. Didn't pick that up. I think Ramil will be picking up, and we'll probably talk about it on the podcast. But I forewent that one. I get a lot of the main two, being DC and Marvel, and I kind of, avoid the #1s. I do try them out when available, but since I sink so much of my cash into the main two, I kind of move away from stuff. But Image, still following Spawn since the 200th issue, and it's been good times. Dan Slott not on the book. Wade is writing this particular run, and that's Amazing Spider-Man 677. I think it's a 2-parter, and the other part of this would be continued in Daredevil. So looking forward to it. I believe Emma Rios is going to be doing the art for that part 2 of Daredevil. I could be absolutely wrong about that. I know she's taking up the book at some point, so looking forward to that. Amazing Spider-Man has been consistent for a very, very long time, so there's no reason not to. It's like there's a love triangle of sorts. Maybe we'll see. Black Panther, I'm so behind on this book. This is the 3rd issue I've bought without reading the previous 2. I read the beginning of this particular art when the covers went this way with the tan and the whatnot, and really, really liked it when they introduced it was Lady Deathstrike as a foe for him, and it was great. So I was going to drop the book before I read that, and I'm like, I'm in for the long haul, so I got to read these 3 issues. I'll probably be talking about it this Sunday. My book of the week, by far, limited series, 2 out of 5, Carnage USA. I got my poster up. It's in the far corner there, but I loved the first issue. I loved the previous Zeb Wells, Clayton Crane Carnage run that kind of reintroduced the character. He's going nuts. He's got to be stopped, and there's issue 2 of that. Incredible Hulk, I am 1 issue behind on, but this is issue 4. Has been great. I love Jason Aaron's writing and stuff like that, so been really enjoying the first 2 issues of that book anyways. Like I said, I'm behind 1. Magneto Not a Hero, issue 3. more or less the gist of this book, if you haven't been reading it, and probably a lot of people haven't. Magneto's clone brother or whatnot is back and kind of giving Magneto a bad name as he's posing as him and just doing evil stuff. So, yeah, I've been following the book. I like Magneto as a character. He definitely needs to become some sort of a villain. The anti-hero thing's kind of run its course, in my opinion. Hopefully after Avengers vs. X-Men, or Avengers x X-Men, we'll have something as to that. I don't know when the last time we had an issue of New Avengers was. It's been a while, but was it Fear Itself? Like, what was the last issue of New Avengers we had? We had the annual. I don't even know, but New Avengers 20, which is definitely behind an issue or two behind like Secret Avengers and the regular Avengers run as well. But Bendis Deodato, this has been a great book as well, all through last year. Super consistent book. I'm enjoying it. It's a fun book. One of the better Avengers titles, as there's a billion of them. Punisher Max. I'm probably going to read this first of anything. It's been my favorite series since I got back into comics. Jason Aaron, Steve Dillon on the art there, and it's coming to an end, unfortunately, but you know what? If it's handled correctly, it'll just be this diamond in the rough that I'll always suggest to people who are getting into comics. Like, read Punisher Max, Jason Aaron. It's friggin' fantastic. Starting up this week, we have Scarlet Spider. Chris Yost on the writing. I believe it's Stegman. I think it's Chris Yost, not David Yost, is it? Chris Yost. I'm sticking with that. I'm going to gut instinct. Stegman on the art, following Kane, who's now in Texas, and has donned the Scarlet Spider suit. So we'll see what that's about. This book also had like 4 variants. I'm usually someone who is tempted by variant covers. Totally skip those. So this time around, Secret Avengers 21. They've kind of been juggling who's doing art, who's doing writing. Right now, it is Warren Ellis and it's Immonen doing the art, which I believe they did the last issue or last couple of issues, and I really enjoyed them. So actually really looking forward to this book. I like the team. I love Moon Knight. I love, War Machine and stuff like that, so that's cool. This, of course, came out like a month ago, but it was delayed in most comic book stores in our particular city. So Ultimate X-Men 5, and then Ultimate X-Men 6 came out this week. Nick Spencer was tweeting up a storm saying not to spoil it. Apparently the last couple pages of this are ridiculous. So I'll have one issue to read before I get to that, of course, just because of delays. But hey, that's all right. Wolverine, Milestone, number 300. Another one with a bunch of variant issues that I skipped out on, but you got Jason Aaron on the writing, I think, for the most part. I think there's a bunch of mini-stories inside, actually. So let's give credit where credit's due, shall we? Back in Japan, Part 1. Jason Aaron writer, blah, blah, blah. Art for Chapter 2, blah, blah, blah. Nope, Jason Aaron pretty much all the way through. So I've loved his work on Wolverine. Wolverine is a character that can be pretty dull if not written interestingly. Jason Aaron has accomplished actually making him a cool character. I just gotta get Rob turned around on this character, and then I'll have accomplished something. There's so many X-Men books. I'm dropping Uncanny, I believe, but I'm going to stick with Wolverine and the X-Men, which is at issue 4, and the majority of the reason for that is, of course, Jason Aaron's name on the book. Nothing wrong with Uncanny X-Men. It's a great book as well, but Cyclops just kind of bothers me, and I don't know. That book was it was going places. Don't get me wrong, but I'm gonna quit that one. So that's my stack for this week. I have tons of stuff from last week still to read. We are doing LBR this weekend. It'll be LBR 17. Mike Haynes has the new website out, so definitely go check it out. Subscribe, follow us on Twitter, go on Facebook, subscribe to the YouTube channel, do everything. We love you. The more people we can get kind of following us and stuff like that, eventually we of course can do giveaways and cool stuff like this, because I have tons of stuff in this room. Look at this Batgirl. Would you like to own this Batgirl? I know. So definitely get on, subscribe. We want to hear from you. Email us, comment. Whatever constructive criticism is, of course, welcome as well. I'll be doing this every week, so you can kind of see the previews for what we'll be talking on later on in the podcast. And because it is bi-weekly, the podcast that is, this will kind of give you a window into what we're doing. And eventually, I'll try to get Ramil and Mike and Rob maybe to do something like this. Well, that's it for me today. I'll see you again next week when we again open the long box and see what's inside.